Hey Teacher Geeks. So there have been a lot of metaphors devised over the years to describe and explain teaching. I consider myself as a teacher, I am a gardener. I'm a gardener because I'm planting seeds. The seeds are my content, the seeds are the things I'm trying to teach. And the seeds I have, I think, are useful, relevant, meaningful bits of information or skills and knowledge that one day, hopefully, will take root and they will be useful. Okay, and now the wrong way to think about this, I think, and as teachers, we're trying to be encouraged to be soil makers, or like we're gardeners, but our job is to first cultivate the soil and ensure that the soil is fertile and making sure that it's right there to have the right seeds planted. What I mean by that is, in this analogy, would be making sure that all kids are at the right place to try to learn, right? And we're making sure, I guess, the idea of equity, all kids are have the same soil, have the same capacity to try to learn, the same access to the learning. But really, I think that's beyond our control. And so I take control of the seeds. I take control of how I water them and nurture them and try to plant them. By that, okay, what I mean by that, right? My seeds are my content, the stuff I want to try to teach. Then I nurture those by rehearsing, reviewing this every day, every lesson. We repeat, what did we learn last lesson? What are we doing now, right? Because rehearsal creates connections. I also try to very carefully choose the seeds that are going to be relevant and meaningful to the students, because we know that anything that's relevant, and if we can connect it to prior knowledge, it's going to stick, it's going to last even better. Okay, I also make sure that there's some sort of reason and purpose behind learning this stuff. Yep, it's going to be on the exam, it's going to be on the test, I'm going to test you, right? There is a testing effect. We tend to learn stuff if we're motivated to learn it. External grades and testing is a reality, and that's a firm motivator. So that's also I'm going to make sure that my assessments are aligned with my seeds. Okay, now also the motivation is because I want the stuff to be useful and applicable to their lives as well. Okay, and then there's pretty sound cognitive science to how I approach my teaching, but it all comes back to this idea where teachers are gardeners. Now, what happens with every seed we plant? I'm naive to think that every seed, every bit of content I plant in my students' brains is one day going to flourish. Most of them die. That's okay. Right? You can't be all things to all people. You can't keep all people happy all the time. I have to be okay with the fact that probably 80% of my students I've ever taught, I probably haven't had a lasting impact. I don't know. But think about it, I'm not their only teacher, right? And so I would hope there are 20% of my students that I've had a meaningful impact in their lives, that the seeds that I have planted and taken hold and had made a fundamental and a strong difference to their lives. Okay, I aim to do this for as many students as possible, but I'm not naive in thinking I'm going to do it for 100%. But again, a good school is not where every teacher is having a massive impact on every kid. That's just not a reality. A good school is where you've got great teachers that are really great at what they do, and good schools provide multiple opportunities with multiple fantastic instructors and teachers to plant their seeds. So every kid, right, if they're their little pot of soil, they're going around, they're getting all these seeds planted, and some of them are going to take hold, right? So I'm not naive enough in thinking that all my seeds are going to flourish. A lot of them are going to die, but that's okay. Now, I think some academics would like to take this metaphor and say, well, you know what? We should be letting the kids choose their seeds. They know best. We should just have all the packets and all the seeds out and have them come in and go, what do I think I want to learn? Okay, that's going to be a far worse, from a gardening point of view and from a teaching point of view. I think that's just a far worse metaphor. Okay, we have to take back control as teachers. This is a recurring theme in these videos, I know, but it's something I believe in, and it's because it's had a massive difference in my enjoyment of teaching, and also I believe in my effect as a teacher. When I dropped the notion of trying to individualize my content and cater to all the individual wants of my students, what they wanted to learn in my class, and realized, hang on, that's just an impossibility and not a practical desirability. So I'm going to just figure out, okay, I'm going to trust myself and my knowledge to create awesome content and curriculum to teach. And I want to inspire other teachers to do the same, because I really hope that it can make the same difference for your teaching as it has for mine. And it's not like I'm seeing plenty of teachers out there burning out, and I feel like this is the reason why, hence I'm making these videos. And so that's where I fall down. When I think about what I am as a teacher, right? I'm a gardener and I'm planting seeds that one day I hope will take hold.